allow the two children to attend the budget every year.
It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay.
She
Off your mind. Off your mind.
like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my egun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my egun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my egun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo. My egun don't come, oh. Mayegun la wa mo la mo to do.
Hello there.
Mayegun la wa mo la mo to do.
Good morning to you again. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is Mayegun live. Joining me, remember, you need to share this broadcast after reading the caption of the broadcast and then the description as well. Okay, please share it. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Mayegun is back. Just last night, I sort of hinted on the plots to downgrade the Sultan of Sokoto. We have now discovered that the plot is not just to downgrade him. It is also to dethrone him. That's new. What did he do? I don't know. Sokoto state government has denied any plots of dethroning Sultan Sadi Abubakar, the Sultan of Sokoto. They said, no, we are just trying to amend the law and trying to make it better for the traditional council of Sokoto states. A shittyman speaking directly to the deputy governor of Sokoto state. Don't do it. That then makes it more interesting. It's actually plots. If you remove the Sultan of Sokoto, it's going to trigger nationwide crisis. No be me talk about. Rick, no Rick. That's why if anybody is denying it, none of us is this. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you, brethren in the temple of truth. Welcome back. Take your seat. Yeah. Make sure you have actually shared this broadcast, okay? Share them on every platform you probably have access to. WhatsApp, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere you can. Get the message. Like, it's going to be like the seed, just spread it. Like it, because that is the tonic for the message as well to also go far as you are joining. Just like the broadcast and then relax. It is no longer rumor, okay, that the political class across Nigeria, it seems they've had enough of what they considered as sharing their power. I didn't know that the Sultan of Sokoto was that powerful. I know among Muslims in Nigeria, okay, Sultan of Sokoto being their pope. All right. If you are a Muslim in Nigeria, it doesn't matter whether you like their type of Islam in northern Nigeria or not. It doesn't matter. As long as you are in Nigeria, your pope is the Sultan. Not just that. He is also considered as a supreme traditional ruler for Fulanis and also the custodian of their age-long idea or ideal of the oligarchy that they built in northern Nigeria. So the symbol of that oligarchy, the symbol of that feudalism, still resides or resonates around whoever is the Sultan of Sokoto. I didn't know that. And they said the APC, Egbekegbe's government of Sokoto, have now come together to want to whittle down such influence. It is like sharing your power, sharing the power of the governor, who is expected to be the ones that can do and undo. So, put it this way, right? The settings of the caliphate, the Sokoto caliphate, is like a government of its own, okay? In fact, everything else that they probably lost during the time of colonialism, there's something that was never lost. It was the idea of the caliphate. It's alive. In fact, they believe that everything that exists politically in northern Nigeria today, religiously, everything emanated from the sustainability, the survival of the emirate, the sultanate, the emirate. So it's an institution. It's beyond just a sultan or no. Political class shouldn't touch it, but they will touch it. And that is now bringing about different sort of a fire brand from everywhere. Don't do it. We will do it. No, don't do it. So in the last Eid in Sokoto, where their governor, his name is Amadu Aliyu, by the way. And when I heard Amadu, I felt like Amadu Bello. Amadu Bello was supposed to be a sultan of Sokoto, but because the colonial masters at the time, they sort of had the other plan for him, and they didn't want him to be a sultan. So he was made Sadauno. Meanwhile, it's only the Sultan of Sokoto that bears Sadauno too, right? So they just made him a Sadauno, created that for him, and then Sultan of Sokoto on the other hand, and on and on. That's how they coexisted. But majority of those elite of the era of that time, they kind of saw the power that the Sadauno of Sokoto, it wasn't a Sultan, it was supposed to be, right? The power he wielded. And it was all believed to be from that same Emirati. So why is the royal institutions, the Fulani royal institutions in northern Nigeria, why are they coming under the attacks of the supposedly the Fulani political class? So it has triggered a lot of conversation now. And if these guys are throwing all these banters among themselves, I think you should be able to piece together some of the pieces of information that you're going to, they are droplets, put them together, you get your answer. Dethrone the Sultan of Sokoto. What's going to happen if that should happen? Wala Mashele. That of the Kano is still, now, that of Kano Emirate. Who is Emir of Kano? Sanusi, no, Nabayero. As we speak, the police, Nigeria police, have taken over the palace of the Sanusi's palace. The government of government of Kano, they are plotting to go and demolish the makeshift palace where Bayero is staying. Court says Bayero is the emir. The government says Sanusi is the emir. Now that one is there. So they are telling them, don't add Sokoto. So during the last Ileya, okay, people believe that the governor somehow disrespected the emir. He also denied it, okay? But I think I have a clip of that, somewhere. So I'll look for it and I'll probably share that with you, okay? But Shettima was in Katsina. See, today, they were hosting what they called the Northern Nigeria Security Summit. They were discussing about the insecurity in Northern Nigeria. The Sultan was there too, by the way. Then the Shettima just turned to the deputy governor. Listen, guy, we've heard what you guys are trying to do. You can't touch that institution of a Sultan. It is the symbol of everything that a lot of us represent. If you do what they did in Kano to Sokoto, that simply means that we are decimating ourselves. I'll let you listen to him. So let's start from that. Shettiman's message to Sokoto people and to the rest of northern Nigeria based on their insecurity. The Sultan also was there, where he told everybody, if all of you, the political class, the elite, and the government, if we don't do something now, you see this issue of a banditry, it will last in Nigeria for decades. The godfathers of terrorism, Islamic terrorism, and other agenda in Nigeria just told you that this will last for decades, except they changed their way, right? But we'll get to that part. Let's first see Shettima arrive in Katsina for this, as well as what he told the deputy governor and others. Listen.
Mental issues in this country, His Eminence the Sultan of Sokoto. I want to use him as my point of reference to recognize and appreciate all our royal fathers present here. And to the Deputy Governor of Sokoto, I have a simple message for you. Yes, the Sultan is the Sultan of Sokoto, but he is much more than that. He represents an idea. He's an institution that all of us in this country need to jealously guard, protect, promote, preserve, and project for the good of our nation.
Nuisance Lele.
That's shitty, man. And that is the cryptic message based on these things going on the ground. I told you the alarm will soon blow. But now don't they see the smoke, Abi? Listen to the other part of what you had to say. Please don't ask me to interpret, okay? But here, shitty man.
In the Northwest, it's not a sectional agenda. We promise to make Nigeria safer, and this aim has been our topmost priority since we came to office over a year ago. We realize that achieving the peace we seek necessitates addressing the historical injustices that have torn communities apart. We must also reverse the institutional priorities governing security and the economic dysfunction that create vulnerabilities to crime. We must also counter the ideological mischief that has pervaded the discourse of peace and security in the region. Your Excellencies, your Royal Fathers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the solution we seek is a region where every trait is safe, where every group is at peace, and where the policing and military presence of the state is optimal. This disintegration from cycles of clashes between primaries and herders has ruptured the ideas of oneness upon which the North revolved. This was followed by a regime of cattle rustling that set herders on a path of violence. Over the past decades, we have seen how these land use disputes drove the farmer-herder complex as climate change diminished our arable land and water resources, as the capacity of our security forces was overwhelmed, as unauthorized arms proliferated conflict zones, as corruption undermined our quest for solutions, and as criminal and insurgent elements exploited the complexity of our crisis to cross into our borders. What we are witnessing across the North is an explosion of these damaged relationships, and we have come to say, enough is enough. In the North.
Nuisance Lele.
Did you see Bokuwari on the stage? Yeah, that's the same failed Bokuwari on the stage. They were discussing the Northwest insecurity 2 days ago. Over 50 people were slaughtered in Katsina State, and an unknown number of them were also kidnapped. It is just like a common thing over there. So me at the way to the Sokoto state government said, no, we had no plan of removing the Sultan. No. We don't know where people are getting all of this from. What we are doing is that we are amending the laws, okay? The laws of traditional institutions. Sorry, rather, traditional institution of Sokoto state. That's all we are doing. All these things that everybody is reading different meaning. No. I say, I am Murasi. Shittyman and others telling them that, no touch na ideal, all this idea of Islam, all this idea of jihad. He is our spiritual leader. Let's put it that way. Sultan of Sokoto is the Islamic, the Muslim says spiritual leaders. Spiritual leader in Nigeria. So it's simple as that. It's more than just a tradition. So for Shettima to sort of say, I am sending this message through you, the deputy governor, that simply means that that denier, I don't believe it. They said he disrespected the Sultan at the last yield. Let me show you what that clip was. I don't know. You can tell me if they say if the governor chooses not to stand up and greet the Sultan during the last layer. He never stood up to greet him. So some now kind of feel like there is something they cook. And you know, say me, I tell you, say something is cooking. The only thing you ask me to bring is the smoke. Why you going to show us the smoke? I don't show you the smoke now. Let's now see how much they can patch and cover the smoke, and it won't turn to fire. But we'll go here. Abi, we will be here. Because if you know that for those who are in Kano right now, different groups are issuing different statements, okay, on who is Emir of Kano. An Emir of Kano, or the Kano Emirates, which is a branch of the Fulani Emirates, right? It's also meant to be symbolic. Now, you don't turn to yam pepper scatter. There are those who have nothing to do with Emirates. They are now the defender of the Emirate. Very soon, you're going to be seeing those who have nothing to do with the Sultanate. They will begin to have different groups, for and against. No be Nigeria. These are those ones from Kano.
Even though it was not the purpose for which he occupied office, he is welcome to continue with the imaginary war he is waging on his perceived enemies. But this particular battle on the Emirate issue is one he must acknowledge is a lost battle. As a governor, executive governor of a state, his primary mandate is to ensure security of the state, peace and security. But when you see a governor throwing caution to the wind so as to achieve a narrow end, that portends danger for democracy, not only in Kano State, but for Nigeria. Just like I have said earlier, Kano is a mini Nigeria. We consequently call on the Kano State government not to waste the taxpayers' resources on frivolous appeals, but to continue to work with the Emir Ado Bayero as the duly recognized Emir of Kano Emirate Council, with his full official paraphernalia of office in the interest of peace and in accordance with the order of the court. We make this call knowing that all other pending legal challenges on the matter would naturally align with the Federal High Court ruling. Rule of law is better than rule of men. If we subject ourselves to rule of men, then it's an invitation to anarchy. And when the anarchy ensues, we may all be consumed. Even the so-called the protected high may not be immune when it happens. God forbid, we'll see the other way of it. Our coalition further demands that all parties should commit to peace, even as we ask that Governor Yusuf apologize to all the concerned for the mental torture, anguish, harm, degrading treatment that the Emir Alhaji Ado Bayero has been subjected to in the last few weeks since the state governor started this macabre dance. It's a shameful dance. It's a dance without any melody of music. A dance that is lacking to a mad person on the street that is running amok with a dangerous dagger on his hand. This is what is happening in Kano. And it's high time goodwill Nigeria should rise to the occasion and condemn what is apparently condemnable. Keeping quiet in the face of what is happening in Kano amounts to a national conspiracy that its consequences may consume all of us. We'll appeal to the Nigeria Bar Association to review the actions of the Kano State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Barrister Haruna Issa Denderi, who constituted himself into a court of appeal by engaging in the unlawful interpretation and review of the ruling of the Federal High Court, instead of guiding his employer, which is the Kano State Government, on the proper implementation of the verdict as an Attorney General of the state. Part of his duty is to act as the chief law officer of the state. And being the chief law officer of the state, he is duty bound to give sound opinion and also a professional advice on issues of law to his employer, the Kano State Government, irrespective of whether such opinions are even palatable, irrespective of whether those opinions are even convenient. It doesn't matter. Law is law. It favors you today, it may not favor you tomorrow. If it doesn't favor you today, it may favor you tomorrow, and that is the law. He should know. But for him now to have desecrated the holy temple of justice by making a far-reaching comments as if the AG has now become a court of appeal. By this, it is clear that the Attorney General of Kano State is advising the Kano State government to toe the path of anarchy. Whatever happens in Kano State as a result of the ongoing self-imposed crisis, the first person to be held responsible in our own opinion should be the Attorney General, because he has shown that he has failed in his duty to give his professional advice. And we have a professional body as lawyers, the MPA. Our actions and all our inactions are regulated. His actions amounted to infamous conduct. That which he has done by his is in the media, is in the public media, where he has misled in totality the public and the Kano State government, contrary to what is the clear ruling of the Federal High Court sitting in Kano yesterday. We are inviting.
It is smoke Igbo. It is take Indian. It is smoke Igbo. It is take Indian.
Wetin concern now with Kano Emirates? He is not from Kano, okay? He's not from northern Nigeria. He said he is a lawyer, activist for national interest. See? And very soon I go to see that of Sokoto. For the sake of national interest and all of that, we report Nigeria gone here. But you know the ways that are actually like the problematic ways in Nigeria. Some of them, they wear suit and agbada. Here is the emir warning all of us. Please, this one is a long watch, okay? Listen, right? He's warning everybody about the long stay of the terrorism in Nigeria and why. Some long windpipe speech, okay? But you may never probably see him speak as a Sultan of Sokoto in the coming weeks or months. So this could be golden. You should watch it. Adobayero and the rest of them right now, I mean, they had their shot too, right? Then the political class happened. I want this on record. Let's watch that.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Wa sallallahu ala nabiyyil kareem. Your Excellency, the Vice President, sitting in for Mr. President, Your Excellency, the host governors of Northwest, let me recognize the chairman and the host governor, Governor of Katsina. Distinguished participants, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. First, I would like to start by offering our condolences on behalf of the entire Muslim Ummah in the country to the Vice President for the loss of his mother-in-law. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant her al-Jannah Firdaus. And also to the governor and the people of Katsina State for the killings of innocent people, once more senseless killings of innocent people yesterday. Now we pray to Almighty Allah to guide us aright in this two-day summit, come up with proposals to not end insurgency, because you cannot end insurgency everywhere, but to bring it to the minimum that people can go about their lives without let or hindrance. Distinguished Excellencies, I will not forget to recognize the former president who came all the way from Daura for this program. That shows his commitment and concern too, as a Northwesterner. And I think it's important for us to always pray for our leaders. Most people here and those listening, because I think this is televised, most people gathered are fairly very, very familiar with the causes as well as the consequences of the insecurity in this part of the country for the last 1 decade or so. Reports after reports, conferences after conferences, consultations after consultations. And of course, recommendations after recommendations, still the problem persists. Why? It's time to ask the question, why are things still in the state they are today, despite the tons of money spent on procuring equipment for the services and also for the well-being of the personnel, and also what the governors have been doing to bring to an end this insecurity. We need to have this question for us to discuss and move and know how to move forward. But without giving an answer to this question, we cannot go anywhere. We will come back to another conference again. We're still talking about the same issues, the same problems. I'd like to thank UNDP and other United Nations agencies and the German government for supporting this conference in this beautiful hall, very conducive to talk about issues of insecurity. But the real issues are talked outside the hall, where the people live, in the villages, in the towns, and in the markets, which I think we need to discuss here, so that the governors will have a way forward in what really we all must do together to bring these problems to a minimal level. I'd like to thank you and even other agencies, but I want to say, no matter how much support you give us, if we are not ready and willing to end these criminal activities, we can't succeed. We will be the ones to work for this and end these problems if we so desire. Nobody will come from somewhere to work for us. Nobody will come from the moon to solve these problems. We must solve our problems. So I'm very much pleased with this inaugural meeting of the Northwest Governors Forum to once more talk about. We have had a series of conferences in the last 10, 12 years on these issues. And the last one we had in 2022 was the most instructive, was I think the best way forward. But unfortunately, we could not implement anything as elections 2023 came on. Now, a year after the elections, we have this program, program today in Katsina to discuss about what we need to do. I think it's important for us to tell ourselves the home truth, because we must tell ourselves the whole truth. What we must do to challenge these bandits, because we all know the consequences of this banditry and insurgency on the morale and on our lives. Because it will take decades to get out of it, if at all we get out of it, because we all know the consequences and we know the problems. I would like to come back home as we discuss, because this is an open forum. There are so many things you cannot say, because you are on TV, you are on live TV, and you are also in the internet. So maybe when we come down in closed session, we discuss some of these issues. Because the last conference, as I have said, had former ministers of defense, had former service chiefs, and they brought one very good way forward, which we met with the Northern Governors Forum. And in fact, let me just say, we have met with the Northern Governors Forum nothing less than 5 to 6 times on some of these issues. Now, this new set of governors, I believe, will be the change we need to utilize on for us to reach out to everybody and have this successful outcome of whatever we decide to do. We'd like to assure you, on behalf of the Northern Traditional Leaders, which I happen to be the chairman, on behalf of all traditional leaders in the country, we are always ready, because we know the problem of the people are on our shoulders, and people come to us, and we are always ready to work with the government or the governors at all levels to move our states, our country forward. Be rest assured, we are willing, but our presence here alone shows that yes, we are here.
He has no job.
So, the people behind terrorism in Nigeria, the people who are funding terrorism in Nigeria, they met to discuss how they are going to end terrorism in Nigeria. And they want all of you to believe it is real. I'm glad. The reason why I had to play that video was just for you to listen and hear every word he had to say. They've had a series of meetings in the last 12 years. And guess what? Out of that last 12 years, a man that spent 8 of that 12 years, 8 years out of that 12 years, was on the high table. And then the Sultan was telling everybody, dear, we've had so many meetings, they've had this suggestion, that suggestion, but none of it was implemented. And the Money Queen was there. He was there to come and tell them how to fight terrorism. So it's called mockery. And that's what you just watched. The mockery of the travails of the contraption. Sort of. I mean, you could walk into that room and put handcuffs on all of them, starting with the Bokuwari, the man that within 8 years, over 66,000 Nigerians were slaughtered by terrorists. And guess what? The same murderer, the same murderous criminal, Bokuwari, his regime freed over 150,000 repentant terrorists. It's on their record. It's part of their technique of ending the terrorism in Nigeria. World over, you don't negotiate with terrorists. But in Nigeria, there is a military program that is not known to law or any at all. And it is called Operation Safe Corridor. The moment you kill people and you turn up and you say, I repent, you become a new person. You can even become a president. That's what one of their generals said. The repentant Boko Haram can become president of Nigeria. I swear, one of them said that. Don't pretend that you've never heard that before. But that's the mindset. But no go carry gun. Go join terrorism if you be Igbo. No go carry gun. Go join any terrorism. No go carry gun. Go join any act of terrorism or whatever. If you be Yoruba, if you no be Fulani, no go try amo. Now you they go come display your picture as to show the Nigerian military they are working. While the terrorists that ransacked villages, they are burned down and kidnapped and all of that stuff, they are riding Elox trucks all over Zamfara, all over Borono, all these places. From the money, from your money. And it is called amnesty, by the way. No go far away when my now you they go take count this cost to show that Nigerian military is working. While they will put uniform on the murderers, the real terrorists, the Fulani terrorists, and they will tell you they are repentant terrorists. Advice the money just for you. You don't have to share that with anyone. Yes, that's the Sultan reminding all of them. There is no amount of meetings we put together that is going to save us. We need to do something. And he's right. Terrorism is an industry in Nigeria. Okay? That even the supposed victims, the vulnerable people, that some of you and I really, really care and worried for or worried about, right? They are also handlers, movers, smugglers for this murderous terrorist in northern Nigeria. Look at this lady. He is an armorer. Yeah, somebody who kind of have to take the ammunitions to the terrorist. So says the police. Now listen to this.
Kabuji, ta bude shi tukun so that kowa ya zauna ku ga bala'in wannan ba yake kuma wai ai an mutun ya sake yake hoto ma sai kowa yana duba wayarsa
mu zo mu kuma da mu yan iska ma ku ta mun san abin da muke yi mu ma an
kake zama na kasa ki dauke shi daidai
mu da yayyu mu da kandi mu ma daga gidan gata muka fito dai ne aka mana yadda aka taso da ku haka mu muka yi ba wai daga
shi gaba
ba
in ce shi ɗaya bayan ɗaya amma me kuke mana da ba zaki mu kuke ba ku ne mana kallon yan iska jahilai ba mu san abin da kuke ba ku ne masu ilimi ko yanzu wannan za a je a kashe mu ne ko za a kashe yayan mu daga na kika to
ina harbi wannan masu lalai wallahi harbe ta
ke daga kowa ya zauna kasa kowa ya zauna kasa kowa ya zauna ba mu wani an miji gare ki shirya fuskanki zazzage wancan jakan wannan ɗaya jakan zazzage mai a ciki shegi ya tsinaniya daga na kika an so wannan abun wani nasarawa nasaran toto ina za ki kai shi ke me sunan ki dangin jin uwarki Aishawa Aisha Abubakar daga ina zan dawo da din baba
okay ba tare kuke ba mata san abin da kike
ba ke me sunanki Aisha Abubakar daga ina na daga Abuja daga wannan abin menene aka samu hannunki menene a tambaye ki ne menene waye baki me sunan shi waye ce ki kaiwa
ya ce da in naje na kai in je in aje za a zo a dauka
a ina za ka ce ki aji ina da wani rafin ina
can ne kan
hanyar yan tumaki wani karamin a wani state ne Katsina wani karamin hukuma ai ya kamata a zazzage mata shi gaba daya a ƙasa kowa ya gani to kin san dai wannan abun menene ai ko
Aisha. Oh, such a beautiful name. I was going to probably name my daughter Aisha. So my uncle, Tabo, has a daughter named Aisha. So back then I was like, if I have a child, I'm going to name her Aisha. Beautiful name. You know? So that's an Aisha that is a dangerous one that blames all of that on hunger. She was caught with, they didn't count it. So she was caught with a lot of live ammunition, rounds of live ammunition, been a live round of whatever, bullets for AK-47. And she said she was only helping them to transport it. She lives in Abuja. What are you doing in Nasarawa? You know, she was there to just to help them move the bag. Did you know what was in the bag? I wasn't so sure. Why would you do that? It was because of hunger, poverty. Please, so sorry. And she was from Abuja. And a lot of you knows that one of the problems or the easiest way of how they are moving ammunitions and all of that across Nigeria is because the security agents in Nigeria, especially the police, starting with the DSS, the secret police, who were supposed to possibly be spying on us to prevent a crime before they happen. But they are more busy looking for those who are plotting on how they are going to stage protest and all of that, because you are considered as those who are trying to remove government. So they are more interested in you than protecting the lives of millions of people. The lives of people who are now in the hands of different terrorists. So Nigerian policemen is more interested in collecting a bribe from a driver than to really verify what content is in their trunk. I mean, I'm just saying, like, there are those who are really trained to prevent a crime from happening, right? But Nigeria is not a real place. Sometimes you might want to form it in your head and say, government, if police want to work, they will work. That's not a thing to say. It is just a way of saying, oh, the police are capable of protecting us, but they just don't want to do it. The point is that they are not capable of protecting you. They are not trained to protect you. They are not. In fact, they are not trained to protect themselves too. They are trained to protect the regime, even if they have to give their lives, even though those lives are worthless to these criminals, right? But they are trained to put down their life and defend these roads, right or wrong. They have to. Unfortunately, right? So therefore, the rest of us are just left to our own fate. Yeah, if I jump into a taxi, that could be a one-chance taxi. Nobody is get to keep me safe. That I am actually living in my own estates. Listen, estates are supposed to be protected, right? With some level of security, protection, and all that, right? But in a lawless place where people want to build sense of safety, sense of security based on where they are living or how they are living, when in actual fact, everybody is at risk, everybody is in danger of what the consequences of bad governance can be, insecurity, and on and on. So you see, I mean, ladies like that, young people who are victims of the bad governance, hunger, you will say, right? Then they are prone, they are easy, they are the mules. They are the mules for drug dealers. They are the mules for gun runners. They are the mules. And then, I think they also have a name for them. They are also like the couriers. Yeah, courier for all kind of criminal activities. They are easily recruitable. They are poor. They want anything. Even if the risk of joining is going to cost them their lives or their freedom, they won't think about it because they need something to assure them that they won't be hungry tonight. Anything. And they are the victims of a failed government too. Not many of them agrees, right? Because somehow, right? They are also the reflection. Their criminal leaders are the reflection of these criminal followers and criminal citizens. Those are lazy-minded citizens that would rather use all their strength to fight for God. And when it's time for them to fight for themselves, they would rather just leave it for God. Because only God can fight for a human being. But Nigerians are expert in fighting for God. Shut up your mouth. Watch your mouth. Hey, Mayegun, you need to watch your mouth, You need to watch what you say about God. You know, God is a God of Nigerians are those who are so scared of the God because if God gets angry, he can just kill you just to prove that he's angry with some people. He can just destroy you and make you poor. That's the kind of Nigerian God. It's a place where people fight for God when it is time for them to fight for their own rights. You just leave it for God. I mean, let's just leave it for God. God will help us, Jerry. Let's leave it for God, kind of. Right? So, they are willing to go to any length so as to be guaranteed the next plate of food. And there you have it. Those of you who can afford food, those of you who can afford school fees, even those of you who are also managing in this economy, inside your estate, they will still come inside and buy you. I mean, if you have somebody in the house and they say, a retired general, we used to be so proud of that back in the days. You have a retired general on your streets. Now. General is on our streets. We know they get light. Which kind of general you be? Nigerian general. You dey mad? Nigerian generals know they fight war. They give themselves this title. It's an entitlement. That's why it's called title. You see that title inside the entitlement. A Nigerian elite get them. You get them. So you say, general on these streets. General, major general. We know they get light. That used to be a privilege. Armed robbers, so they come the streets where army general they live or retired general they live. Nobody won't touch army. Even criminals don't want expedite the call. Criminals pass criminals. So when you see yourselves and ranking, if armed robbers see military, they go obey. Because all of them be criminals, right? One get uniform, another one no get uniform. Everything else they share in common. But that was back in the days, my dear. Criminals will enter your estates. They don't care if you be army general or former this or that. Oh, bad dira, now they killed a general. Let me go look for his name. I don't like making it look like it's just a statistic. So let's just give him a name. His name is retired General Harold Udokwere. He lived in Abuja. The same Abuja that Aisha lives before moving bullets for terrorists. General lives was in his bedroom, retired. Nigeria, we hail thee. Nigeria is safe and secure. Papa, don't retire. Go enjoy your retirement. People wait to say Nigerian government abandoned. Those who are the victims of the failed country, the ones that they call lazy, blame for their poverty, they will need to survive too. So general will not rest until they kill general. And then the police arrested them. Listen to this story. Julio is a long watch as well. Please, take your time.
Who used to keep ransom for them? This one is the mother, and the other one is the one of the Samo.
What is your name?
So, this was enough. This one and this one is the bandit. They took part in the Dawaki robbery, Dawaki kidnapping, and Dapa. This is 1, 2, 3. They took part in the Dawaki kidnapping and the Dapa kidnapping. Just speak outside. Probably know that you can ask more. This one. Yes, now policeman Bulus. See him now. Yakubu Bulus. Yes. That's what we are asking them.
Good evening. Yes, this is a short interview in a case of retired general, brigadier general, that was killed at Apo. On the 2nd of June 2024. So introduce yourself. How old are you? From which state? Are you married? Where do you live? Okay, you? Okay, how old are you? Are you married? Where do you live? And you? What is your name?
My name is
Okay, how old are you?
47.
Are you married?
Yes.
With kids?
Yes, I am.
Where do you live?
I get 6 people.
Okay.
Okay,
in this case of armed robbery and murder, can you tell us how many gang members are you that carry out that heinous crime? Talk.
There are 6.
There are 6 in number. Okay. Can you mention their name again?
Alka, Sani, Industries.
Okay.
Those.
Okay. Did you people carry vehicle or you use a leg to go to that place? Okay. Who stabbed the general?
Why are you so general?
General.
He says the one that
stabbed
in his hand so that he can drop the gun.
He's
holding the gun.
Okay.
2. Alka.
Then Alkana stabbed in the stomach.
Oh, okay. Alka stabbed his stomach. Okay. So who collected the gun from him?
Me, Odaga.
He said why he's stabbing is so that he can release the gun.
Okay.
So after he had released the gun, Alkana stabbed him 2 times in the stomach.
Okay. We saw the phone from you. Who collected the phone? Is it you that collected the phone? His phone after he died?
Why can be wire? By Yamutu. Bank says the one that took the phone.
Pick the phone. What about the laptop?
Why do the laptop? It's Alka that picked the laptop when they have stored it.
Okay. What about the guns?
Then why do you keep in the boogie?
How many guns? How many pistols did you collect from?
They collected
2 guns from him. Okay. So, are you sorry for your crime? How do you know that you just...
left in the UK.
Yeah. Okay, but you are the center. This is not the first time you have been arrested for gun issue. You've been to SARS many times. How many times? Let me hear from your mouth. How many times have you been to SARS?
So now I can come across SARS.
For gun issue.
Magana and Bindiga. Eh? So now I can come magana and Bindiga. Say once, we have arrested him once.
Okay. So, but how did you enter? Who gave you the information about the general?
Yeah, I can look at some game da gidan general. Why Kaiku?
Wannan za ka tambaya ni a ran da babu suke zuwa su dauke mu ko ina ne ba san mutum.
Kai fa waye Kaiku gidan general? Alhaji that took them to the general's house.
The general's house. So how did they get entrance into the general's house?
Yeah, kuka look shiga.
Chile go wire.
They caught the barbed wire.
Okay.
Katanga? They caught the barbed wire through fence.
Okay, so who tied the security?
Where all the security? All of them.
All of you?
All of them, they join hand, tying the security.
Oh, okay. How much did you benefit? How much did you sell the laptop?
No, I can sell the laptop. 50,000.
50,000. So how much did you share it? How much did you
No, Baka.
I'm buying $40,000.
An baka 40,000. Rabonka kenan?
Ibrahim why?
Ibrahim.
Ibrahim why?
Ragib.
From which state? Kano. Where do you live?
Nana kake da zama?
Roundabout.
Okay. How old are you? Okay. In the killing and murder of that general at Apo, how many of you?
Kuna ne kuka kashe shi?
Mu shida ne.
Ku shida?
Mu biyar ne.
Ku biyar? Why da why?
Da Sani. Da shi wannan na biyu. Da wani yaro ana ce mishi Alka.
Alka? Sai da why?
Sunan ɗayan ne wannan shi ne san sunan amma ni wayannan su ne muke zuwa ran da ba muna zuwa da su.
Sani, Alka da kai da Nura.
Da wannan Nafi ne.
Nafi. Okay, where is the general's gone?
Ina bindiga na general dan.
Yana hannun shi Alhaji.
Yana hannun Alhaji waye?
Ashiru.
Alhaji Ashiru. Who stabbed the general?
Why ne ya sa ma general huka?
Among the trio.
Wannan shi Nafi shi ne dinga buga masa huka.
Okay, nice.
The transmission line. is a super highway. For generated electricity and power. They could not even make a down payment for a roasted corn.
Now that's just that's just for those of you who have built high fences, who have barricaded yourselves, gave yourself some sense of security and safety. And when we talk about the consequences of the actions of the rogues in charge of Nigeria and across Nigeria, and from that your comfy penthouses, you can easily shut us down. Shut up your mouth. We are the ones living in Nigeria. It's not that bad. There's nothing happening in Nigeria that is not happening elsewhere. You are living in your own bubble. Yeah, what is in America? There is a gun violence in America. So what's the big deal? Let us just pray for Nigeria to work. How much is a liter of petroleum in America? All of you living in the UK, how much are you paying for a liter? Let us just show love to our country. You are in the contraption. You are fear of. You are safer from where they are kidnapping people, right? Where people are selling their properties to pay ransom, okay? You are barricaded within a space, and they call it estates. Your high fences, your barbed wire fences will not keep you safe. So keep living that illusion. You see those abandoned by the criminals who are buying themselves expensive automobiles, buying properties abroad with the money that could have actually kept some of these young people busy. And you are so busy as well, pushing the narrative of tribal this, ethnic that, religious this, and other nonsense from your comfortable, very comfy room there. It can actually come in there and grab you too. And that's why I don't really feel sorry for those of you who live outside Nigeria. The patriotic Nigerians abroad. Those of you who are loving Nigeria from abroad. How come everything? You don't have any good news about Nigeria. You, this Mayego, have been watching you. Why don't you have anything good to say about Nigeria? Oh, I should actually ignore all of this. Let you know the type of danger you are trying to look away from because you have not been affected. You are not a direct victim. All this noise about these people are lazy, Mayego. Mayego, let me tell you, our people are lazy. Our people don't like to work. Let's be honest. Mayego, you need to come back here. All these are people, they just like to collect money, as if to say, all of that just started yesterday. People just slept. They woke up. And they just became lazy. Not those who have actually built a system that is built on handouts. You have a system that is not productive. Local government is waiting for allocation. State government is waiting for allocation. Where they can't get that, they go borrowing so that their citizens can go sorrowing. Same thing with the federal tax collectors, rent seekers or rent takers. Nothing really creative for these guys. And their own way of fighting terrorism, give them amnesty. Oh, let's give them the land for peace, your land or your life. This is how creative the criminals in charge of Nigeria, this is how they are. They build a system that is to rob Peter, pay Paul, a system built on handouts. Everybody is acting surprised that they have citizens that are so docile and they wait on handouts. They are so lazy, my. Let me tell you something. People don't want to work. High rights. At least you are successful, Nabi. Inside this Nigeria, people are building houses, Mayegu. People are doing great things. My friend just bought a house of almost 200 million naira in Lekki. How many of you living abroad can buy 200 million naira houses? Inside the GBT system, una dey beat una self, una dey cheat una self, and guess what? A man whose sperm kernel is cracked by benevolent spirits should not mock his own brother, because it is not by your your own creativity. It is about the rotting the system. You found your way around it. Now you have a new house. You know what I mean? You have so much money. I don't understand how people are so lazy. Don't worry. They are coming into that your comfy house. You know, they're coming in there. They're going to waylay you inside your bulletproof cars. You probably will need a bulletproof this. You probably will need to develop something or buy something that can make you disappear. Because maybe all of the people will be say the system abandoned, die. Some tried, they survived, and they will survive through your bloods too. It's just a simple warning. Many won't live to tell the story when this disaster strikes. But to those of you who are still watching me from your comfy room, you have an opinion why people are lazy. No, General, I understand what you are saying, but generally, our people are lazy, but you are watching the rogues who are building and maintaining a system of slavery and servitude. And it is working. Let's blame those who are the victims of it. And let's hope they turn a new leaf and do something about their lives. You have no idea. You do not have the idea of the danger you are walking into or the one you are actually living with. I am just to remind you so that when it happens, you won't go around and be asking, how did we get here now? If these bandits, these terrorists, these petty criminals, these armed robbers, if they don't break your door, despite your high fences, barbed wire fences, armed guards, security this, security that, once the day they will enter you, everywhere. Pray that you live to tell the story, and you will remember my video of how a lot of you feels like some of these things happening. You are so immune from it. No, you're not. If these killers don't walk in, what if you enter the royal yourself, carry you they go? What out? Lugbe, Abuja. This is an estate in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria. They are crying for help though.
This Trademore Estate.
It's Trademore Estate. This is Trademore Estate. This is Trademore Estate. Federal government, we are pleading, we are begging. This is Trademore Estate. Oh, this is crazy. This is Trademore Estate. 2 persons just died now. The water took them away. Trademore Estate. 2 persons swept away now by this water. Trademore Estate, please.
Wow, see the police station.
Please, we are begging. Trademore Estate. FCT minister, come and do something. Trademore Estate. Please, we are appealing. Trademore Estate.
This is crazy.
See, the police station is gone.
Crazy. This is crazy.
See, these are people residents. Water everywhere. Minister of FCT, help Trademore Estate. Oh, people are dying. This is Trademore Estate life. Look at residents. See. Honorable Minister, Honorable Wike, please come to Trademore Estate, Lugbe. This is so bad. What a pity. 2 people died this morning.
How many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Now they never leave you. They have left you behind. Photo, not be juju be that.
So I hope the help gets to the people in Trademore Estate. Baba Musiba, Alaye said, Musba, you're like, no trade more, call, trade less in it. Abaija Kapiti, because you saw the police station. Imagine police decide to detain you inside their police station because you didn't give them 5,000 naira bribe. And while you are there still trying to figure out how to call your family, you are there overnight in the middle of the night. You just say, bru, 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 bru. Waiting be that. Now what are the knuckle? Entire place don't block. The police officers on duty don't jump fence. So any delay, but they don't lock the cell. Just imagine that trauma. Because they said police, that's police station, that's police station. Did you see the level of the water? We don't know if they evacuated all of their detainees. 2 people, water don't carry 2 people away already. They are like, it's already reported, by the way, that 2 people dead. When they found them, they were dead. Now, we don't know how many people died inside the house or died inside police cell. See that kind, imagine that, like you are inside that cell. The water is like this to the ceiling. And there you are trying to hold yourself and you are screaming, hey, please, oh, we are inside the cell, you. You will come be like inside Titanic. You go to see the padlock. But person where they with the key, don't jump fence. What are you going to do? You just have to give up and just wait and be like, wait for the water to go down. Because who are those who are going to enter that place to look at you or rescue you? I don't know. It's like I've got this imaginary mind, and I love it. You know, it helps a lot for you to be able to paint scenarios, and then you can be able to understand sometimes, right? The gravity of the incident you are trying to repaint. And most of the time, it also brings you closer to it. So you could feel it. And if you can imagine it, then you can feel it. So you don't have to be a victim to understand what it means. May Nigeria not happen to you. You don't need to be a victim before you understand it. I could give you, well, that's what I do anyway. Every day I will show to you the victims of bad governance. And these victims in Nigeria, they are not just limited to just one people or group of people, right? It is democratically distributed. The shege in Nigeria is democratically and evenly distributed. The victims of, the survivors of yesterday, they are the potential victims of today. See, some of us have survived, we've survived today. It's not yet tomorrow anyway, so it's not, anything can still happen. There are those who are still going to collect their own Nigerian, what have you today. And they will live to tell the story in these remaining few hours. But some of us have survived it, right? But we have the potential victims of tomorrow. And every day we survive, we say, thank you, God. Oh. But you have no idea what is going to be like tomorrow if you're going to survive it. So what's the point in you getting caught somehow in that your own bubble, the bubble of maybe this whole thing is just been exaggerated. Maybe it's not as bad as they are trying to make it. But the day you become the victim, now your voice will come the loudest if you live to tell the story. People, can you imagine? I never believed Nigeria. Come on, shut up. You do know that Nigeria is worse. And the worst thing the worst thing to happen to Nigeria is this APC, Egbe, and all these horrible criminal politicians of this generation. Not my generation, I'm talking about generation of politicians you have now. They are the worst thing to happen to any humanity. See? But let's go to another one. As you are battling with those who are already available criminals in Nigeria, the weapons, the small arms, and all of that, they still continue to be smuggled into Nigeria in thousands, Baba. Now, they said they caught this cargo on a port in Calabar. Is that not where on the port is? Cross River. Now, let me show you the guns, pump action guns they found inside a cargo that landed on a port. Cross river. Nigeria, I mean, see, Nigerians look at you have no chance. The weapons fashioned against you are just so many, and they are all they are all coming as the consequences of a failed leadership and failed government, leading to failed country. Well, they found this. How many other containers escaped their search before they found this one?
Hey, one house.
Not be shy. Oh boy, on there don't shake. On there shake. Oh boy. This one is it, you know, the to come. You come.
Who are those planning war that we probably have no clue? Or the West, they have started doing weapon dump in Nigeria. France did that to an African country when they insisted that they did not want French in their country anymore. You know what they did? France printed fake franc currencies and they dumped them in their country. It ruined and destroyed the entire country. In fact, helped them to fund other rebels to take over the country. I can't remember the name right away now. But I don't know. That's what just came to my head. And you should think about it. 112 guns. Sorry, 112,000 guns they said they found. But that's and I like share Ukraine. Did you see that video? Like share Ukraine. Something is cooking. And that's the one they found. Do you really think the people that knew that there's possibility of them finding those guns sent all the guns through one single port into Nigeria? Oguti and a blessing now only us, the Yorubas, which seems to be the only one who is not really prepared. Yoruba governors are doing no one bad. Yoruba governors are kind of massaging themselves egos inside this contraption called Nigeria. Hundreds of thousands of guns, like tens of millions of ammunition, live round of ammunition, bullets are being shipped to different parts of Nigeria. It can be like saying only also no get any clue. Watch this again. It's important.
Hey, one house.
Oh boy. Not be shy. Oh boy, on there don't shake. On there shake. Oh boy. This one is it, you know, the to come. You come.
Hey, one house.
This man is shooting. I know go fear your stuff. Oh boy. Not be shy. Oh boy, on leg don't shake. On leg shake.
I just thought you should say that, okay? And talking about okay, you know what? I'll just take you there, okay? I saw a video where a supposed Yoruba Oba, and this is the same guy, this is the same drug addict that they made an Oba in Yoruba land, who smoked his kanaku one day, his banner one day, and he woke up and he dressed like Fulani. He managed to find some white bed sheet, blue bed sheet, and all of that, put them on his head. And he said he's no longer an Oba because he is a Muslim, and therefore his own forefathers came from Mecca. He said it. So he said he's an emir. He called himself emir of Iwo. Yorubas are traditionalists. That's us. And in fact, in Yoruba land, right, we all do believe that, listen, you can go find a different religion, all right? That doesn't give you that right to then use your left finger and then begin to trash what you really are. I mean, that's some level of self-hate, isn't it? Now, if you are somebody who finds God, as they always say, okay, they found God in Christianity, they found God, or they found Allah in Islam. The ideal thing is for you to stay away from what you know. Traditionally, this is the Yoruba's process of making their king. And there is a reason why that tradition was kept until that drug addict, Emir of Iwo, that Olori Bruku became their king in Iwo. It bastardized the whole thing. And he's got a lot of supporters who are also the Muslim or Islamic fanatics in Iwo today. They are behind him. Yes, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar. Instead of you to actually leave this tool, he helped them desecrate it. And he has been running that madness for a while now. So he has something to say. Any Yoruba Oba that is worshipping deities is an herbalist. These are those who help the Afonjas, who help the Afonjas of this world to have a game and foothold in Yoruba land. But you see us today. You may not understand Yoruba, but I will help you. Others, please help me tell or interpret to my non-Yoruba viewers what this addict. This one was supposed to be a king. African Wahala. I've brought to you another example or another evidence why you believe that the royal institutions, as they put it, in Nigeria of today, they have outlived their importance. This is a good example. A shame to what the Yorubas actually hold dear. He called it deity. He called it deities because it's Allah told him that the Yorubas are deity worshippers, and he is a king in Yoruba land. So he told himself, he's telling himself he will change it. And there are lunatics in Iwo that backs him. Look at his son, my brother.
Owó tí mo bọ́lọ̀ ṣe wàláì bẹ́ẹ̀yàn bá sì fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀yàn bá fẹ́ ṣòwò kọ́ bọ́lọ̀ ṣòwò wọ́n wá bọ́ ṣàṣòwò ibẹ̀ ni ọ̀sán ní kó gbé ga wọ́n bá bá ṣàgbó ṣòwò ṣàgbó kó gbé ọ̀gá káwò bí ó sì gbé ọ̀gá wọ́n bá gbóògùn ṣòwò yáwò gbóògùn ó sì gbé ọ̀gá Ọlọ́run ní máa gbé èèyàn ga tí ìjà èèyàn tàn mí. Àwọn oṣù tó ti mọ́ tákùtù Ọlọ́run. Ayé tákùtù ni o. I'm an unrepentant follower of God. One God. Kì í sọ Ọlọ́run 10 o. Kì í sọ Ọlọ́run 40 o. Kì í sọ Ọlọ́run 100. Ọlọ́run ọba kan ṣoṣo. Ní tí Yorùbá máa tẹ̀lé ni. Àwọn ò ní gbogbo àwọn ètò ń bọ̀ ìṣàyẹ̀. Àwọn ọba yẹn wọn ní kíní ni ò sí wọn ò ronú jinlẹ̀ ni wọ́n máa ronú jinlẹ̀ wọ́n mọ̀ pé ìgbà ó ní Ṣàngódé ìgbà ó lògún dé àwọn ní ọmọ kékeré ni Odùduwà àgàn ọ̀bọ òòṣà Ògún gan ọ̀bọ ọ̀ṣà Ṣàngó ọ̀bọ ọ̀ṣà níbo ẹ̀yin wá ti rí tẹ́lẹ̀ ọ̀bọ ọ̀ṣà èmi ò tiẹ̀ gọ̀ débi pé wọ́n á máa bọ Ará Èkìtì ní Ògún Ọ̀rúnmìlà ọmọ Èkìtì ó ní ṣe máa bọ̀ ọmọ Èkìtì ní Òkè Gẹ̀tì ló ti wá ìwọ̀n ga ẹni tó tún dé ó tó jìyà bí then ìyàtọ̀ jẹ́bì ní jẹ́yàwó then tíyàn bá tún wò dáadáa bí a ṣe ń kìwò àwọn èsẹ̀ tí máa bọ̀ òòṣà òòṣà méjèèjì èwò kìí jẹ yẹn àwọn èèyàn tó wà wò tí wọ́n jẹ́ èèyàn ńlá tí wọ́n wò ìyẹn kìí jẹ yẹn kìí jẹ kọ́ tálẹ́bálẹ́ ogun ni a máa tọrọ tó lọ́wọ́ ta ni lọ́wọ́ ọba bí a ṣe máa sọnù òòṣà méjèèjì kìí jẹ yẹn kìí jẹ kọ́ tálẹ́bálẹ́ ogun ni a máa tọrọ lọ́wọ́ ọba tó òòṣà bá ń tọrọ nǹkan lọ́wọ́ ọba ṣé òòṣà lójú mi lọ ni àbẹ́mi mo jù sẹ́ni ń tọrọ nǹkan lọ́wọ́ mi ní tó wá máa lọ bọ̀ ni àbí òun ni òun ga lọ́yẹ kọ́ àbí èyí tí a ti dọ̀bálẹ̀ fún mi ti tó tí a ń forúkọ Ọlọ́run ni a fi ń dọ̀bálẹ̀ fún wa gbogbo àwọn ọba yẹn wọ́n lọ ronú jinlẹ̀ ni orúkọ Ọlọ́run ni a fi ń pè wọ́n Ọlọ́run ní ìjọba Ọlọ́run ní kábíyèsí orúkọ Ọlọ́run ni a fi ń kí ẹni à ń dọ̀bálẹ̀ kábíyèsí wọ́n fi wá dọ̀bálẹ̀ ìwọ kọ́ lọ́ba ìwọ kọ́ ni kábíyèsí Ọlọ́run lọ́ba wọn ò lè rí wọ́n fi ìwọ ṣe àrólé nílùú yẹn ni fún èsì ìpé méjì àrólé Ọlọ́run ìpé méjì ní ìlú kan lẹ́ẹ̀lẹ́ àwọn àfáà ní ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run iṣẹ́ ọba kí ni iṣẹ́ ọba iṣẹ́ ọba ni láti sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀gá rẹ̀ tó fi sẹ́pò ẹni tí ń rólé fún inú àrólé Ọlọ́run àtòjíṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run ta ni ó yẹ kó sọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run
àrólé Ọlọ́run àrólé bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ti
òjíṣẹ́ ẹ̀ta bẹ́ẹ̀
ni
kí ó ń tàn dá oníṣègùn kò tó bẹ́ẹ̀ ọ̀ngọ́kọ̀ dìwò yọ́kọ̀ gbọ́bá ma fá dí tí fàárí ọ̀bá parọ́ fún yóò mọ̀ pé òun gbọ́dọ̀ sàtẹ́yìn nítẹ́mi ò dẹ̀ fi gba ti Ifá ní pé ohun Ọlọ́run ní pé èso ohun Olódùmarè nítorí tó bá ń ṣiṣẹ́ fÓlódùmarè tó bá jẹ́ Ifá ohun Olódùmarè tí bá ń ṣiṣẹ́ fÓlódùmarè kò tún ní kí a máa bọ̀ ìjà tó bá ti ní kí a máa tó bá ti lóun ṣiṣẹ́ fÓlódùmarè tó wá tún ní kí a máa tó wá tó ń wá orogún ti nítorí tí a bá ń forí balẹ̀ fún lẹ́yìn Ọlọ́run ọba ó ti di ẹni tí ń bọ́ lọ́run jà tí a jọ ń sáré èmi ò rí wá ẹni tí òun àtọ́lọ́run ọjọ́ máa ṣe kọ̀mìtì ó gbọ́dọ̀ wá iṣẹ́ fọ́lọ́run kó máa wá bí ẹni tí ó compete pẹ̀lú Ọlọ́run Olódùmarè Ọlọ́run ti wá ní tá à ń pè ní orúkọ tá à ń pè nílẹ̀ Yorùbá nù ní tí a ń pè nílẹ̀ Lárúbáwá ni Allah nítorí wọn ò lè pè lọ́lọ́dùmarè bẹ́ẹ̀ nítorí àwọn èyí sọ Yorùbá ní tí Ìgbò ń pè ní.
Ìdè smoke Igbo ìdè tẹ́gì ndị ahụ.
nuisance lélẹ́yìí.
Sorry to those of you who probably don't understand Yoruba very much. And thank you to those of you who have been trying to sort of give an interpretation to what that guy was saying. I'll help you. The Yorubas are traditionalists. Everything about us is more or less traditionalist. More like it's all about tradition. And Indeed, just like they have the Muhammad, a prophet, to the Saudi Arabians, the Arabians. And it is written, isn't it, that if you have to go through that doctrine of there is God, and that God, you cannot see that God, but he will send his messengers to you. You don't know if there's any God that spoke to anybody, but if a man comes and say, God, send me to you, and this is my message. So to us, like all of your prophets, the prophets you have in your Bible, the prophets you have in your Quran, as a people like you have the Hindus, they have those they believe that their own Almighty God also sent to them. To the what do they call them? Judaism. Abi? So we shall believe generally that every race at a point in time, they had a messenger sent to them, either to lead them or to deliver a message to them, or something share in history, right? And we, the Yorubas, we know our history too. There were those we call our deities today in Yoruba land. They were once men, like your prophets in your books, in your religions. But a Yoruba Oba, whose process of how the Yorubas nominate who becomes the king, how the Yorubas put together the safety, what they could, at the time, what they consider as the safety of their people, and how they went about it. In appreciation of these men who bled, some of them even died in the course of trying to defend, supposedly, the land and their people. As Yoruba people, every town has history. And all our history is believed that they all intertwined. And we as Yorubas, we were raised to remember this precious history, to remind us for who we are and where we are coming from. But over the years, the process of selecting those who lead or become kings in Yoruba land and elsewhere too became compromised. It became politicized. And Ifa, the oracle, no longer chooses who is right to become the king. Then a former Yahoo man, they say, a former, a former fraudster, so to say, a former drug dealer himself and a drug abuser, Rashidi from Iwo, Rashidi would never worship any deity or any Yoruba prophet. They call them deities, right? We should have called them prophets. Ijishe Iroshe. Maybe those of us, those before us had written the history as prophets. Maybe that would have come with some special respects. So what did those prophets you read in your books, what did they do? Muhammad came to what? To liberate the Arabs, Abi, and tell them about Allah. But a Rashidi from Iwo can never worship Shango from Ekiti, because Ekiti and Iwo, right? They don't have anything in common. But Iwo, Rashidi from Iwo, has a lot in common with Muhammad from Medina, Saudi Arabia, and he's proud. He is so proud that some low lives, some destroyers of supposedly the tradition, some low life kingmakers in Osun states. They made a drug dealer, a drug addict, king. So one very historical stool in Yoruba land. And here you are. He's retelling the story. He's calling his own ancestors deities that he cannot bow for. But he's ready to bow for the Allah that Muhammad told him about. He's ready to bow. He's ready to follow all of that. And he's so proud. And it is Mayegun that is insulting Yoruba culture. Now Mayegun no get respect for royal father. Now Mayegun, this Mayegun, you are supposed to be a true Yoruba. You are supposed to be Yoruba Omoluabi. You are not supposed to be talking like this about it. These guys are destroying whatever is left of what you think. And there are so many of you that will do the same. It's true. I mean, you see, let us be honest. As we need to have a worship house inside the palace. Let us be honest. Stay away from the royal stools. There's no reason for you making a Christian, a Muslim, kings in Yoruba land. Let them follow their religion. Let them follow their faith. Stop making these people the custodian of Yoruba tradition. They will bastardize it. That drug addict is one of them, unfortunately. Unfortunately, and there are many more like him. Land grabbers. They are of no real value to anybody, not to Yoruba land. But some people believe that those guys speaks for me because they are kings. Are you serious? Stop making these guys. If they want to be Islam, allergic, this, let them do that. There's no point in making a Muslim. If you know, normally when you become a king, right? Whether you are a Christian or a Muslim, you are expected not to have any religion anymore. Yeah, that's the most you can, the closest you can become a king in Yoruba land. To say, I'm a Christian, I'm a Muslim. Because once you become a king, you don't have any religion. Everybody will come and pay obedience to you. And you have to treat all of them as your subject. Even though it doesn't really make any sense anymore these days. But again, that's what it should be like. Unfortunately, that's what we have. And that's what we have to deal with. People like that. So finally, right, this afternoon I kind of shared with you that the former chairman of Rivers State said they were not going to back down. Okay, they are still chairmen, and they were going to go out and protest against the police takeover of the council. You see that lousy guy from Ikwere? He asked this to say, just to go and show the people occupying their this and all that. I'll share that with you. Among others, so they were out today.
Our area commander, we are here as Koolu local government people. Speaking to you is Dr. Wanosike Samuel, the properly elected chairman of the Koolu local government council, who is still serving this council. Today, I have 5 months and 25 days remaining in office by the laws made by Right Honorable Martins Amehuli-led House of Assembly. But we are here to state a few facts to you, and we want you to please help us put it on record. We got credible information and evidences are awash in the entire nation that those who are members of caretaker committee in the name of civil servants who wants to be judges in their own matters have gone to connive with hoodlums, criminals that have been chased out of this local government, to come and intimidate and harass the Nigerian police to leave the council, so that they will come and loot the remaining property that we have provided for the people of the Koolu local government. Like we told you the day we came last, nothing on earth will make us break the laws of Nigeria. Nothing on earth will make us disobey your orders. We have been patient with the Nigerian police. Even when the hot shots, we still understand that the constitution is the grand norm and that the judiciary is the last hope of the common man. And if the judiciary have said all parties maintain status quo, we don't think it will be reasonable for whether a criminal or Norgay workers who are caretaker committee members to come and disobey the order of the Inspector General of Police and the Commissioner of Police, River State Police Command. But let Gani Fayemi say it will be lawless for it to be lawful in an unlawful situation.
It's not possible. Anarchy.
I want to say, sir, we are not here to ferment trouble. But if peradventure they want to take their luck far, we are here to state we own this council. I, speaking to you and these men and women here, labored, inconvenience ourselves to rebuild this council from scratch when these hoodlums who are struggling to come into this council embezzled all that was available to them and refused to work for this council. Today, the council is a beautiful edifice. It's an envy of all, and everybody is doing everything to come and occupy the council. It's a good thing. But what we are saying, we did not create the lacuna that is happening today. Our governor refused to conduct election as provided by law. And in governance, you know, there is no vacuum. And since the River State House of Assembly, as stated by Justice Omotosho's ruling on the 24th of January 2024, that Martins Chika Amewuli is the authentic Speaker of the River State Assembly and 27 others. Coupled with the laws and the judgment of courts issued by Justice Bassam just a few weeks ago, that since those who are parading themselves that Martins Amewule and his courts have lost their seats couldn't provide evidence before a court, before his court, that their seats remain valid, they still remain valid members of the House of Assembly, and every law they have made is for the good interest of the whole of Rivers State. Yes. Having said so, sir, we are here to state that as long as those miscreants don't come here, we will continue to stand by the side, eat, drink, and share good tidings with one another. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, and God bless you. He's talking like we're a wiki. On their way to the council, they were singing though. That's another local government area. So right now, you need to keep a date with me. I will give you every update as they are popping up. There's so many things going on everywhere right now. Rivers, Kano, Sokoto, Zamfara, Abuja, even Ogun State. Then you have Edo and all these areas, right? I shared this video this afternoon. I want to share it with the majority of the audience this evening as well, where people are given the project to make life better for their own people, but the money is diverted and is used for something else. If you are from Edo State, right? I'll go Baseki.
Baseki government, PDP, Obaseki government. Look at the drainage system that was constructed in less than 3 months by the Commissioner for Road and Bridges, Etanozame. Etanozame, look at your handwork. Etanozame, look at your handwork. This is the handwork. And as I speak with you now, the contractors and all the workers have left and abandoned this project. For the past 3-4 weeks, no sign of their equipment, nor their workers. Look at what Obaseki government have done to the people of Amufi and Ukpaga. This was we saw in the media every time. Construction of Amufi Ukpaga road. Look at the result. Less than 2 months. Less than 2 months. Look at what Obaseki has cost to these people. Look at the houses in this area. They have been left incapacitated. Obaseki government. Just look at what is going on here. Look at what is going on here. This is the drainage system that they said the commissioner for road and bridges, Etanozame, is constructing. Look at it. Look at it. Just take a look. Abandoned project. PDP. Our mumu don't do. Obaseki. Our mumu don't do. You cannot fool us any longer. Look at the road you claim you are doing. Look at the drainage system. All these whole places has been left abandoned. All because of you. Just look at. Just look at. Houses crumbled. Look at people's residents. This is what Obaseki has cost. Look at Obaseki. Commissioner for Road and Bridges. Look at your handwork. Look at your handwork. Uncompleted project. And then you'll be shouting on media. Construction of Amufi Ukpaga Road. Ongoing. Look at. Just take a look at. Take a look at what this devilish government is causing on Edolite. Just take a look at. This same drainage system or tunnel, I don't know whatever they say they constructed, was just less than 3 months. Just less than 3 months. Look at everything. Look at. Commissioner Etanozame, look at your handwork. Commissioner for Road and Bridges. This is your handwork. This is your handwork, Etanozame. This is Amufi Ukpaga Road. Was the same drainage system they said they were constructing. Just less than 2 months. You think don't share body? Obaseki, our mumu don't do. This is Amufi Ukpaga Road that they are making noise about online in the media. Construction of Amufi Ukpaga Road. Just look at the pains and suffering that they have brought to these people. Commissioner for Road and Bridges, Etanozame, look at your handwork. Take a look at your handwork. Every day they will be making noise. Construction of Ukpaga Amufi Road ongoing. Look at. Very selfish and wicked government that we have. Look at stores that are here. They have been left abandoned. Just look at Obaseki. We are wiser now. Edo people must matter. Edo people must matter.
I hope Edo people matter, because it is important that una matter. Okay. And on that note, we are going to draw the curtains tonight. I will take calls. Okay. Well, we'll first take a break. And then when I come back, we'll take calls. Thank you so much for being with me this evening so far. And if you have to leave, I will understand. Make sure you like the broadcast before you leave. And if you are not leaving, then stay back and maybe you are going to be one of those contributing later on the program, right? So you will need your phone to do that. So like this broadcast, share it if you haven't already. Please. And when I get back here, we will continue. Thank you so much for your patience as well. So I had to kind of, I had to munch something. I was feeling a little bit famished, which means that a little bit, they will say a little bit peckish. Peckish means that I'm supposed to be hungry, but I'm not, right? But I do not want to eat so much, okay? Thank you so much, everyone who kind of still stayed back. Now, the number to call is right here on your screen, okay? You have two options. You could call in directly by using, that prefix, that +44 if you are calling from outside the UK. If you are calling within the UK or you are even calling from outside the UK, you also need to put the prefix. Because even if you are calling WhatsApp, you still need that to be straight to my studio, right? So thank you so much. And I hope the line is pretty much good enough. So we will wait on that. There's something I need to fix too. Don't go anywhere yet.
Nigeria, we are hungry. No food, no light, no water. Replace us, there is no. We can't even buy rice. See our children hungry. No food, no light, no water.
Maegu Baba.
Hello there.
Maegu Baba.
Baba.
Good evening.
How are you?
It's Anthony. Fine.
So Anthony.
Baba. I'm fine, sir. I always call you the trumpeter. You remember? You are the one that is blowing the trumpet, yeah?
Yes, sir.
These are the prophets. Is it, why we are waiting for the dramas to unfold from the south and the north, and you see our GOs, they cannot talk anymore, and now people are accident. GOs, you can't talk again. Now they cannot organize protest anymore. They cannot blot out mail.
Telling all of us to go and pray.
And this is the right time, but they cannot do anything anymore. You can imagine. I want to share an experience. I don't know whether it has been like that or since Tinubu entered power as a president. I was going to Yanatire on Saturday. The bus I boarded from Bagada. On reaching Oshodi, Maegu, I can tell you the conductor spent almost 2,000 naira giving boys money on the bridge.
Yeah.
In fact, they are about to collect the money that the conductor was carrying. How many passengers are we? 200 naira from Bagada to Oshodi. They collected over 2,000 naira from him. So while we were complaining,
how much was the fare normally?
200 naira from Oshodi, from Bagada to Oshodi. On reaching Oshodi bridge, they collected almost it could be either 1,800 or 2,000 naira. So while we were complaining, one of the Agbadorians that sat at the front, he was now saying, is it today that they are paying money in Oshodi? If we don't like Lagos, we should go back to our village.
Really?
And everybody descended on him. Everybody descended on him. He cannot talk again. I said, is it what you can say? He said he has stayed over 25 states in Nigeria. So this is how they are doing it in all over Nigeria. If you go to any state, this is how they are collecting money. And I said it's a lie. Oga, is a lie. I stay in the north. I stay in Anambra State. It's a lie.
They lie with so much conviction just because they want to defend Tinubu. That's what they don't understand. Like you are actually a victim.
Yeah, you say.
But some of something inside you, they tell you to defend it. You still want to defend that.
Yes, he said, but we know that Tinubu built Lagos and all that, and he was talking, and I said, oh God, shut up. He did not build any Lagos. He did not build any Lagos. He now dropped at Yanatiri and told us to go to our village and he told us to go to our village if we don't like Lagos. They were just collecting the money. So I asked the guy, I said, okay, if they want to audit the state, what evidence will they provide for this money now, this 100 naira? What evidence will they provide to audit the state and say, okay, this is what they have generated from this, this is what they have generated and all that? He says it's an internal, it's an IGR that they are generating for the state.
You know how you are going to know, you know how you are going to know what they use the money for. MC Oluero will buy some set of the latest car, 2025 new car, right? They are already collecting the money for that now.
Oh
So
my
by
God.
this time next year, MC Oluero will be driving 2025 latest automobiles. And that guy, defending them, he will still be there, hoping that they are going to use the IGR to provide them water in the mega city. Anthony, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We are safe. We are just watching from afar.
Bless you. Thank you so much, Jay.
Thank you, sir.
Bless you. So let's
all right, sir. Thank you.
The call. Did I just miss one? No, that's I got it. Okay, I've missed you. I've missed the call. So you probably would have to actually keep trying until yours sticks. Okay. So indeed, there are people who defend their oppressors. And there is this, I think there is this mind or something inside these voluntary slaves. Right? They just can't help it. They are victims of failed governance, all right? But they just can't help it to join or agree with you that the actions of these criminals is really, really detrimental to their own well-being. Like they have to squeeze you just to have better lives for themselves. And you, well, God help you, whatever you can do with your life. Live off you, seek rent, take it, force it, and all that kind of life. I don't know. Take another one. Let's see. Hello. Hello there. Can you hear me?
Hello, my ego. How you doing, brother? How's the family?
Yourself?
I'm good. It's Victor once again from Frankfurt, Germany.
Thank you, Victor. Thank you so much for joining us. Please.
Yeah, bro. It really breaks my heart to see what Obaseki did in Edo State with our money, with Edo State money. I'm actually from Benin, I'm from Edo State.
It's such a letdown.
It's a nice
because they say if there is anybody who enjoyed the diaspora support in Nigeria as a politician, Obaseki with the Edo people outside Nigeria, they say probably he used jazz or some of you. I'm still wondering how he later
you won't believe
this much.
You won't believe how much we fought for this guy during that election. When Oshomole was trying to do the first one on him. Yes, and we said no God for that reason. We stood by him to ensure that, he got to that seat. And by the time he got there, he abandoned everything. Every promises he made was a failure, The one that really concerns me that I want to talk about, because I was personally affected myself. I'll tell you about this story. Myself and my partner were given a contract to build silos at Igobazua, Obiaja, and one other town in Edo State there.
Muting the broadcast behind, I could still hear the echo of these charts, right?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Can you go to another room or just mute it?
Yeah, that's true. All right, I'll just go to another room. That's the best thing.
It's all right.
It's better.
Yeah.
So can you hear me better?
Usually somebody's going to say it. So it's better I say it now before
okay.
you into your,
Okay. So like I was saying, I was personally affected, by these corrupt practices of the thing. Myself and my business partner were given a contract to build silos by Ministry of Agri in Edo State. As at then, this contract was worth about 1.6 billion naira before the price of things got skyrocketed the way it is now. Our intention was to really do that job properly, give the best that we can, even if we don't make any profit from it, so that at least we can use it as a leverage to get more, just to show them that, look, we're capable of doing this job and we can do it to the best of our ability. We won this contract on papers, and we were told that the World Bank already earmarked that money for the project to be built. And the money was lying there in such central bank. But when it comes to Obaseki signing the contract, he was dribbling us here and there. He told us to go and look for investors that will use the silos that were to be built. Silos of all things, for God's sake, everybody knows that, especially at this time.
Rent the silo if they know it's there.
Okay. So even me, I was prepared to, even use it if only it will be built. We all need food in Nigeria, at this time when there's no food in Nigeria. Basically was asking us to go and look for investors that will use silos before we award the contract. Before we approve the contract to be built. Do you know that as I'm talking to you now, that money that was earmarked for that project is being embezzled. It's no longer there. And the project was not executed. But it's on papers that the contract was was given out. So that was how they killed the dream, of building the silos. During those
who shared the money, they probably have bought properties either in Lagos, Abuja, or even in Dubai. And they are thanking God that God has been so good to them this past few years.
1.6 billion naira, nothing was constructed, nothing. I spent my own money, millions, trying to ensure that this project take off. I lost hell of money. So I got my finger burnt and then I decided to withdraw. That contract never saw the light of day. I never saw the light of day. Only God knows what happened. The next thing they did, they went and built some stupid poultry. That makes no sense there. At the site of the project where the silos were to have been constructed. So when I saw this drainage that collapsed, something that they just built about 3 months ago, the way everything got dilapidated, so substandard. In fact, I was petrified.
That automatically kicked.
Speechless.
When it triggered your own PTSD, like, I know how these things work.
Oh yeah.
And then you probably just feel so sad as well and say, but why are we doing this to our people?
Right. So I'm very much sure it's because of the fact that I did not come to give them kickback. That is why I couldn't get that project executed.
If you can make this thing happen, I will promise you that before anything at all, right? 200
million, my dead body.
Give you 200 million. Now, when we finish the whole thing, and when we are paid, we'll pay you more.
If I do that, where is the money to execute the project? Then I'm going to use my fingers.
I don't want you to execute any projects.
Okay.
Just want you to be the ones that once they say, where is the money for 1.6 billion? They will ask you, they will arrest you. Okay?
And as I'm talking to you now,
if you give the governor 500 million from that money, you won't be able to say that.
Right. Funny enough, when that project would have been executed at a very, very cheaper rate, including the machines and everything that was needed, the dryer, whatever, that would have come along with it. Yeah. That's a project now that cost about 1.6 billion naira then that they refused to execute. It's going to be nothing less than 10 billion now, if ever they will get it for that price anymore. For the 3 sites that the project was supposed to have been built. So this is how this will kill us in Nigeria. This is how they finish us. They make it look on paper that, they awarded this contract, or even if they award it, they give it to those who would have given their kickback, and the leftover will be used for substandard, construction that will make no sense, that will not last for a month.
Due to that, you don't care. You just be like, you should be smart enough if you die, and if you say your time don't come with that. I'm gonna leave that one. Anybody
it's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible, my brother. This is what these people are doing to us in Nigeria.
Yeah, you remember? Do you remember this, right? During the Oshiomholi's time as your governor in the state. You remember before 2015 elections, and they brought Buhari to Edo State to commission this biggest hospital. Do you remember?
Oh yeah, that's another white
The
elephant.
following day, after the commissioning, all the beds, all of the equipment they displayed, they actually rented them, and everything was moved out of the entire building. And the whole building became like uncompleted building after that. Remember that one?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
These
people are so corrupt, and even this Obaseki has been part of this project all along. He has been part of this
It was part
embezzlement
of
all along.
Now, me, I am saying that we all saw that happen, right? But Oshiomhole is still about in Edo State as one of the political leaders of Edo State. There are people that will take offense if I say something.
The same thing they did with the white.
You know that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Somebody
the same thing they did with the water project.
Water project.
This same water project that they are now building, that they now constructed, is this substandard nonsense that they call drainage. Do you know that they budgeted over $30 million for that project? This $30 million was about $300 million. Sorry, I can't remember the exact figure now. That's Obaseki was pretending to probe Oshiomhole for, but it was because they did it together. He could not ask questions. You understand? So this guy has a lot of questions to answer by the time he leaves office. I told him, I said the EFCC will be waiting for him as soon as he's leaving there. No. Thank you, bro.
We'll keep showing this to
Nigeria.
And those who always find reasons to defend them, right? A time is coming that the shame that will be kind of really available will be too much for them to ever speak where you speak again. You see,
What?
Thank you so much, man. You have a
so sad. Thank you, bro. You have a nice evening. My greetings to your family. Yeah. Bye.
Too. Bless you, man. Thank you so much. And that's brother there from Germany. And you too can be on the screen. And if you don't want to pretty much have your voice on, on this, at least you have been typing, you have been like exchanging pleasantry and all of that stuff, arguments as well in the comment section, right? Do me one very, very, very appreciative favor. Like the broadcast if you haven't already. Okay, share it as well if you haven't. Remember that retired soldier that got killed in Abuja. This is actually what it looked like. He was part of the Nigerian army. Then he retired to somewhere in Abuja, an estate, and then the supposed the criminal underworld, right? They found him. They stabbed him because he had guns. Then they stabbed him again and killed him. They took his gun, took his laptop, took his phone, sold everything until they were tracked, and then they confessed. So at the end of the day, right, Nigeria happened to him. His family will be those that will likely tell us what it means to be taken away from them untimely. There are many people who have been taken away untimely. There are still many people that will be taken away untimely because the contraption is so rigged against us that it's practically meant to kill us. Nigeria is practically meant to kill us. Even if they tell you that they didn't mean it that way, but it is what it is. Everything about Nigeria is there to trap you and possibly neutralize and decimate you. It's happening. And you haven't been affected, right? It's similar to the same thing we have been talking about. That you haven't experienced it doesn't mean that it's a great excuse to deny that it is happening. And I don't really wish it on you. That it should happen to you. Then maybe you can then understand that it is happening. No, I don't wish that on anybody. Okay? So those of you who kind of enjoy defending the rogues, finding excuses for them, she not this first time that they kidnap people. She not if no will say make everything they cost. You are lying to yourself, right? But there is a platform that will continue to remind you that you are also self-destroying yourself. You are destroying yourself, like self-destructive kind of. Your businesses, your families, your lives, your health, Safety, everything is at stake. And I don't think you want to be a victim before you stop defending them. Like, I can't even believe that people still kind of go out there and defend APC in public. Like, Shoshikwe Fuyeni. You, Shoshikwe Fuyeni. They swear for you. Like, what is your problem? Can you show no? Like, something is telling you that it's not their fault. It is some people who don't want Tifnumbu to some Tifnumbu's enemies. You are saying that to yourself. But the Lord shake with point. There's a possibility that we want to shake with point. And even though that kind of beats the, the idea that it will not actually work that way, not like that. I don't know. So you have people who are going to tell you and defend the rogues, and they will do so by actually taking it up on you, like, shut up your mouth. What do you know? And you'll be like, you don't share me now. And the saddest part of them is if you go on Twitter, right, you're going to see those who are actually like begging for a living. I mean, I used to give money on social media myself. It was horrible. It was really, really not good. It's a bad thing. Of course, it's like, oh yeah, you are helping people, you are giving them this or that, but it's actually not really a good thing. It actually demeans the people. It makes like I won't send my personal account to you on social media randomly, where thousands of other people are actually sharing theirs. This is something private. For Nigerians, no send you when the shege, when the bedu enter body for some of them, right? Go on social media. The most people who are defending Tifnubu, they were like online beggars. I'm talking about real beggars, jobless miscreants. It's a job for them. Now that poverty has hit almost everybody, including those who are doing giveaway in Nigeria, most of them are already turning to Olushi too. So people are just trying to save whatever they can save. There's no point in going on social media to go and be a good Samaritan, only for you to be feeding the hungry, lazy louds, defending their oppressors, the sewage dwellers. Most of them, if you see them one-on-one, you probably are going to like beat yourself and say, oh, more. And this guy, they argue with on social media. And this person, they, oh my, now you be this. Now you be Akim, Ajangbala, or whatever is your name, right? Is that you? We really be. And you don't say when hunger wire people too much, sometimes they will have mental health problem. No joke, that one is a factor. Hunger can turn your head. And in Nigeria, you have a lot of them. Yeah, there are a lot of them. So ordinary, if you kind of ask me, so to say, ordinary. However, it can actually be somehow defeated. I don't know. I do believe that, the cure for ignorance is enlightenment and education, I was told. And enough education and enlightenment should be able to cure the ignorance. But as for those ones that can be cured, and to the rest of you as well that knows, those who defend these rogues on social media, they are not worth it. They are a danger to the world. They are a danger. They are a danger to themselves, and they are a danger to everybody that share the same space with them. That's why we are where we are. We are living with dangerous people who don't give a damn if all of us have to sink, as long as we all turn out to become them. A lot of people are turning to them too. Many of you, they do give away now. When I don't then try to save now, now they use your senses. Because the people you are actually giving money to are those who are encouraging those who want to turn you to paupers. But for those who don't know, well, I'll leave it to that. Do I have a caller? Hello.
Hello, General Michael.
Yes, sir. I actually thought I lost you there. Where are you calling from?
Yeah,
This
I
number
see.
is so strange.
No, I always call you. I'm calling from Mexico City.
Yes, it's because I've not heard from you in a while. So you
Yeah,
are,
for a while, that's
yeah,
right.
you are one prominent member from Mexico City. And how are you this evening, sir?
Yeah. Well, we thank God. Everything is all right. And yours?
I'm very well too. Thanks so much for asking.
Yeah.
And thanks for calling in.
Yes.
Please.
Yeah. Thank you for your good work. You have tried a lot.
We right from beginning will follow you. We know where you are moving. Yes. When you want to do the mistake, when you want to enter the political way, you later return back. When you see, when you go see they do you, yes, they do you, but yes, they do you the product of the political in Nigeria. This is the way, right from the way. No, as we are kids, they are telling us the heroes. You know that these all politicians, old and former and this new one, all of them, no one is hero. No. We don't have hero. This was lie. Then just give us a lie. And now? No hero, no hero. Yes, all of them are the same. If you watch from the beginning, you see the full step they are moving. When this one is going, he brings another person. Yes. This is some people, not changing. If we go fine, not changing of them. All of them are the same. The military, the civilian, all of them are criminals. Nothing. You see, Shettima now, the terrorist past president. Now you see the kind of speech that he's doing. The speech, because you know that man, Sudan is a terrorist. That man is a full terrorist.
That is an ideal. Nobody should touch him. What kind of ideal?
Yes. Jihad. Nothing. All of them are working together. If Nigeria is to be a country, somebody like Shettima is supposed to be in that position. He's supposed to be in jail or hanged. Shettima, they're supposed to kill him for a long time. He's not supposed to be in the corridor of power. Because everybody knows how can you find a terrorist under your roof as a governor? A terrorist is under your roof because you are among them. Those terrorists, that new terrorists, it started from them. It's them, yes, it's them with the other one, the other criminal now. I'm not hearing his name, Sheriff. All of them, two of them was fighting. This is where
Bokuari, they are planning to save Nigeria and rescue northern Nigeria.
Look at criminals.
Next.
Criminals. Criminals want to save Nigeria. See criminals. See criminals. See the criminals that want to save Nigeria. Nothing can save that country. No. What we need is bloodly revolution. Those elites, all of them, clear them. Yes. The one who die will die. The one who go to SI, go to SI. The new generation take the power. That's the only thing that can help Nigeria. If they don't want to give referendum, let us to share that country. Everybody go their own way, manage their own teeth. So, this thing they are telling you, after you share the country, the thief will take over. Nigeria have learned, we all have learned. Any country that don't have constitution will not stand. Nigeria don't have constitution. So we will take our hands, write our constitution, strong constitution. If you thief, if it's hanging, we write it, we hang you. Nigeria don't have constitution. No. That's why it's like that. That from beginning, no constitution in that country. Everybody can come and do his own and go. Yes. Look at these small countries around us in Africa.
If you have your own country, they are saying that. Or if you have your own country, now the people where they destroy Nigeria now them go still rule your country. Okay, no.
Nah, lie.
Okay. Now,
nah, lie. Don't mind them. The person that are talking like that, he just deceiving himself. He deceiving himself. He just deceiving himself.
You get that?
If we have a new country, we will sit down in table because we have learned. Yes, we sit down in table and make a strong constitution. If the constitution, it will be like a China, North Korea. If you thief, they hang you. Yeah. You go. Nobody will try that nonsense. You know Nigeria, where people is sleeping. Yes.
May they hang you. May they shoot
you. Hang you.
Firing squad.
Shoot you in public.
To life imprisonment, yes. No parole. Simple.
No, man. Simple. Everybody will run. Everybody will be afraid. Look at in China. Try it in China now. North Korea, try it now. You know where you're going to end. Your children and your wife will be your own security. If you thief, they're going to report you. Yes.
Thank you.
They will go and report you because if they affect you, you affect them too.
Yes.
All of them will answer the question.
Now,
so this Nigeria they are talking about.
But they don't know them as the
yes.
That traitor.
Yes.
Whose money.
Yes.
Is
No, we're just deceiving ourselves. When Nigerians are deceivers, Nigerians are jokers. That's why when they are jokers, criminals, all of them. No Nigeria. All Nigerians are criminals. Don't mind them all. All of them have criminal mindset. Not all of them. This is the problem. Everybody is waiting for your own turn to this. They are not sincere by themselves.
You know?
Nobody is a Nigeria. Everybody is a criminal. Nobody is a Nigeria. Nobody. Unless you share that country, everybody go for your own place. They go and amend their constitution, follow their law. As far as this constitution we are facing today, nobody is a Nigeria as far as I'm concerned. Everybody is a thief. Everybody is looking for your own turn to go and thief. Nobody is a Nigeria. So Nigeria should better them realize that nobody is a Nigeria. Let everybody come to the street. Bloody revolution to win to fight. If they don't fight, Hungary will come and meet you. You will die.
You know?
They will die one by one. One by one. All of them will die. See, don't forget about these people that you see making monetize their page in Facebook. They don't want to talk about politics. It's stupid something they are doing because they are seeing something to eat. And stupid people are following them. As I can never, any of them, I can never share any of their posts or go and look them. No joke. Nigeria are very stupid people. They are jokers. They are not a serious people. No country joke like Nigeria. They are jokers. The people who don't know about government, everybody is joker. He will come for speed. Something that is serious, he will take it and joke. He will take it and joke. Put for Facebook, joking it. Everybody laugh. When you know the truth, after you face your joke, you go to your house and see something. Yeah, and that policeman the government that oppress them, one day he will reach your hand, they will still kill you. If them not stand and die and fight now, they will die for nothing. Until good that a man fight for something and die for something, then you stay for your home, they can't kill you there for nothing. Leave them, hungry will catch them. As you see me for a long time, I have stopped sending money to home. Even my people, if you call me and say, go to street, because Nigerians, if you give them privilege, they don't know what is privilege. If you just give them something, they still say they have right for it. Them don't know where they have right. They don't know about the government. You see all of them, they have corrupted them and finished. Even this government, you know what they're doing? This local chairman, you see in all of them, they have their own voice. When they give them that small money, they will share it for their criminals. Rice. Share small something for them. Give them hope. Everybody's looking for his own turn. When the time will come, they will tell you. Their sword will say, serve me. When your turn comes, it will come. Cool down, small. This is the way they deceive. They have corrupt all the system. No good youth. As we are talking, say youth to come, no good one. Nothing. You come to soldiers, all of them have been corrected. All of them are criminals. No soldier can save you. I see that woman was talking about Moneta Muhammad, a genocidist. Moneta Muhammad, who is a genocidist, who kill people in Asaba. That woman is hearing that man as a hero. I was laughing that day. See the kind of hero. The kind of hero with the people that we call heroes. After some years now, Buhari will die now. Even to they will write them as a hero for telling our children. If we are not here to tell our children, these people are not heroes. They will write it in the history now. Tell them this is a hero. This is the kind of hero you see. All criminals. Thank you very much, my brother, for your good work. God bless you and your family.
Well. I love the way you actually let out all the, all the steam inside. I love it. I want that kind of passion all the time. Stay safe, though. Huh?
Yes.
God bless you, Baba. So here is another caller. But again, you know that as the minutes keeps ticking, right? We are getting closer towards the end of the program. And most of the time, people get so soaked into having that interaction on YouTube, because that's the busiest, okay? That they forgot that they haven't really paid their offerings. I'm reminding you. Here is another caller. Hello.
Hello, Mayegun.
Yes, sir. How are you, Baba?
Kaleo.
Yes, sir. Kaleo.
I'm just responding to the guy from Mexico. Buenas noches, fratello. I really appreciate your intake. I really appreciate your intake, good brother. The only thing that left for Nigeria, if we can't go our way, we can't go anywhere. Because this politician, they've already bound us together with lies. It's not because of religion. On Sunday, yesterday I was listening to your take when the guy, you or the guy said, Shettima will burn church. How will he burn church? Did the Prophet Muhammad burn church? Did the people before him in 1,000 years burn church in Jerusalem? because the Fulani, they are not Muslim. They have their own Fulani agenda. Maegun, I play one of your tape to guy. The guy is from Algeria. That guy, he was causing all this Fulani one like in the mosque. Say, why did we allow all this thing happen in Nigeria? I said, because that's how they divide us, religion. If we play all this through to most people from Bangladesh or from another country, Algeria, let's African Muslim, they won't support what they're doing. What the Fulani are doing is not right. I'm a Muslim the day I was born. I was raised up by a Catholic woman. So how will I say I want to go and burn church? I'm from Lagos Island, Popo Aguda, where Tonubu will say he plays his own game. But let's cut that one apart. Why I support what this guy was saying. If we don't, the only way we could enjoy, all those people coming after us will enjoy, if they break Nigeria, they will fight those people in their own region by themselves. It will be an open tackle. That's why I love what this guy from Mexico said.
You see, there are people who actually genuinely believe that if Nigeria breaks up, those who generally say the northern Nigeria's culture is that of following their leaders and saying Iran Kadede and the rest of that because of religion. They said if Nigeria break up tomorrow, right, this issue of Islam, this and that they have been using to hold them back. They said after a year, or let's say after a decade in northern Nigeria, you may never see anything Islam in northern Nigeria anymore.
No. I don't give them a decade. I give them 2 years. Because if Sudan, hold on,
called using religion to control. Because by then, they wouldn't have infidel to use to deceive them why they must be that way.
Thank you.
Anymore.
Because that's what happened in Sudan. Take Sudan as an example.
Yes, sir.
In Sudan, it happened there less than 4 years. They tackled their people. So what will happen in northern Nigeria, all those Islamic things they're saying, all those Southern and Sokoto, they will run. There are people will tackle them. We will know how we're going to tackle Tulumbu, home and abroad. And the Igbo will tackle their own people there too.
They will not have any knot to use as excuse anymore.
Excuse.
They will not have any Abuja to run to anymore.
Thank you.
So
German divided. German divided.
Go on.
Now, so German divide. After some years, they come back and be United Germany again.
See?
So what are we talking about? Let's break up Nigeria, maybe even for 20 years. Then we will see how we're going to be.
So
if we can come back together, we can come back together.
We can come back.
Yeah. But inshallah, we never come back. We never come back with Fulani ideology unless they are changing their way. If we not, because all what they are doing is not allowed in Islamic.
It's un-Islamic, Baba.
It's un-Islamic.
But yet they are shouting Allah Akbar. You
are shouting Allah Akbar.
You are
I feel like they don't know what they are shouting. They don't know. They don't know.
Use your cutlass to open her stomach and remove the baby. How is that Islamic?
No, it's not Islamic. It's not Islamic. But my good, thank you for your take, though. I like your show every time. Even with watching football, I was listening to your game. I was watching football, listening to your game. But thank you very much, brother. We will see August 23rd. We will see, inshallah.
Thank you. Looking forward to that. I'm planning to do more of. I'm going to talk more about our summit, mostly from end of this month and July. And I'm going to encourage a lot of us to please buy these tickets because also would have to break bank to organize it, and I don't think that's
no. It will be a nice thing to get together on that thing. But thank you very much, sir. Thank you. We need it.
You too. Thank you so much, sir, for all this.
All right. Good evening, sir. Good evening, my brother.
And you too, sir. Stay safe. Now, that's something there. See, I have received messages from, that Yorubas. There's a Yoruba party right now in the UK. Now we're having a general elections in the UK in August, which simply means the Yoruba nationalist. I'm going to go and look for the name. I'm so sorry. I have been sent some of these details in the email. Ba Shegun Alabe, Ba Shegun, our own Dr. Olushola. Okay, Ba Shegun. So he's the leader or one of the leaders of the Yoruba party in the UK. and he's also running. And then himself, okay, you know what? I need to read that. And there's so many things that we need to let us know. And if you are a Yoruba in the UK, we are inviting you. So that's a Yoruba Union Summit. You can become a member of our union. Like automatically, if you are a Yoruba person, you are like automatically a Yoruba Unionist. But that has to come from you, because the moment you pick up our membership, which is going to be open, it's going to be fully launched on the day of that summit. So our website and everything is currently being worked on. Like, you know what we're working on, though, right? I'm glad I have to say this now, okay? So right now, the Yoruba Union as an organization wants people to voluntarily sign up and say, okay, I want to join. Then when you join, if we are able to kind of mobilize a sizable number of ourselves from all over the world, then build that kind of connection or networking that we are planning to, where we can now say we have like, for example, let's say we have 1 million. That's massive. Okay. And then we have like scattered all over the world. And that is the idea behind the union, the Yoruba Union, where all of us will begin, not just come together, we'll come together under the umbrella of an organization that has a clear-cut ideology and pathway to what we believe that could really, really help our people. Some of them can be said online like this, you know, but yeah, you need to be part of that if you are somebody who believes that if we do it right, like the Awolowos did, and I'm talking about those of us who have read the history. Remember what I told you about reading history? You see, reading history is for two things, right? You read history to learn from history, or you read history to be a prisoner of history, which means all the wrong things that happened in history and those you felt like were right or wrong, then you would have to carry on that malice. You would have to carry on that war in your head. But if you learn from history, learn from the mistakes of men like us, the men of yesteryears, those who had the chance of deciding the fate of millions of people in the midst of a political disagreement and political differences, right? They took decisions, they made decisions that shaped our world today, no doubt. Okay? So if we then learn from them, we could possibly actually make something out of that. And I mean this. I want this to go beyond this social media cloud. No. There is some power in number. There is some power in organization. There's a power in mobilizing, right? And it is the hardest job. A lot of people don't want to do this. You see, every now and then, people will be like, hey, we need to stand up. We need to rise up and fight for ourselves. Our people need to stand up. We should stop complaining. Unfortunately, the people are not standing up because everybody is saying the same thing. But we are all seated. Not all. Majority of us are still seated. All of us need to stand up. We need to stand up, and our people need to stand up, or you are seated. You need to stand up too. Now we have developed a means of making it easier for you to stand up, being part of it, being part of something. And the number works for us locally and internationally. We will change something. I'm not going to brag. I've told you this before. Those who are laughing at us, who probably think we are going to be like others too, right? Fine. You have every right to feel that way. But you are not going to feel that way in a year or two from now. Because if we manage to use that same technique and pull the people together and pull the resourceful Yoruba Omonuwabis together on this, then one day maybe I can sit down here and be like, Omo, do you know how many members the registered members of the Yoruba Union? I say, how much are they? Well, we just clocked 100,000. And this is this is a membership or a union that once you sign up, you need to be Yoruba. You need to have a link to the Yoruba. Either you are married to a Yoruba or you are born by either parent is Yoruba and all that. You are a Yoruba. You understand? And we're going to make that easier for you. We're going to help you trace, especially those of us in the diaspora, right? They will tell you that Nigerians who left Nigeria, Nigerians abroad, they will say, Nigerians abroad are in their millions. Nobody can give you the accurate figure because many of us left Nigeria single. Now only me left Nigeria. If I want to go back to Nigeria now, I'll have to bring extra 3 people. I will have to bring Agbeke. I would have to bring Akinola. I will have to bring Yewande. Some of you get 4. Some of you have 5. Some of you have 6. Right? Some of you left Igbo land as Emeka. Today, you have Shettima, you have Shidera, you have Emeka Jr., you have Chizom, Shinagorom, you have Shizom. You have about 6 or 7 people. And your wife, your partner, she's not Igbo, she's from somewhere else. But now you're a family, right? So if they say all of us should leave now, they begin to deport all of us. You know, it's going to be only me that go deport. I would have to take my own children. I would have to take my family here as well, right? But now only me left that contraption, though. I go come bring 4 people back. If all of us, they return all of us back to that contraption, you really think it's going to really contain us? The way it is currently structured, right? So we need to use that number. And I promise you, I said that to some of our people that said, by the time we are done with what we are cooking slowly, slow but steady, a lot of people will be so proud of what this is going to be like. But for now, you can procrastinate. Like, people are now there. Everybody need to stand up. You need to stand up too. Stand up. I will help you to understand how to stand up. Be part of something and see what we can do in a few years to come. Are you still there? I just kept my caller there for a while. Hello.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
You actually have so much of a patience, though, right? Thank you so much for still being there.
I should have a patience. I should have a patience because calling to your line is just like winning a jackpot.
It's something else, right? Well, Idris,
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Fine. Thank you very much, sir. I've been away for a couple of days now, so I had to just watch all the episodes one after the other so as to get acquainted to what is trending. And at least I'm up to date right now as of now. So, well, it's still about what you normally preach about Nigeria and what is happening in Nigeria. Yes, poverty has been the order of the day in Nigeria.
It's been weaponized.
You hardly even know if someone is even rich again. Even those people that they are even a to go that okay, hey bros, if one can give us something like we normally play together. That they are even lamenting now. There is no money. Even the ones you have now, 1,000 naira is just like 100 naira. It's now worthless. So and
now it's 5,000 naira. Crate of egg.
Who is even eating now? Who is even eating balanced diet again? Just are you the slogan now in Nigeria is have you eaten? Is not are you okay? Or should you go? It is now have you eaten? It's not even benefit again. Have you eaten? And it is not even 1:1 again. It is either 0:1 or 1:0. It's either you eat in the morning, skip afternoon and evening, or that is just the way we have been subjected to. And I found something that I don't know. Is it that we are being addicted to suffering? Because if some of us we are shouting, there will still be some mofos that they will
as if to say like everywhere, like people can just go out and say everywhere they suffer, themselves don't get anything doing, but they will tell you, don't go face your life. Go they blame Tinubu, they blame Tinubu. I was like, God damn it, man. How do you cope?
Last week I was going to CMS as a boy now, so we had to manage ourselves. So I saw a long bus like that. So I entered the bus going to CMS, and I saw one of these Tinubu supporters. He entered the vehicle, but Koolu Joko, he had to take a standing. And there was this rancor. The guy was just supporting APC. As in, Emari wretched Larry. You will see this wretched, and I still keep saying that. I now realize that in what you normally say is that if you have one sin, for example, his brain is okay, but we have thousands of foolish people. Those foolish people, they are going to run. They are going to, they are going to.
You don't understand. See, people will be like, this guy, very, very generous. All these hardship, and I need the salt boys for street too. But I grew up partly in Lagos too. Sure, you get me now. So I understand some Egbo maybe say all of us go just the way say that they around. If they meet us for where all of us they buy food early in the month, if you just pay for everybody. Am I for the thing Dolo Shinsi? Pay for yourself.
Everybody. It's not a
boss,
cost. It's not a cost.
Idris, you enter boss, Abi, and somebody will be like, "Ogben Yowoda." God, beg, I know. I will not bother no matter you. And somebody in the van, I mean, the boss will be like, "Leave on. I go pay. I go leave on. About who they pay for anybody for anywhere now?
Nobody, sir. Kosoju Anumo Nigeria more. And I'm not blaming anybody. This is what they just subject us to. This is just what they. Sir, yesterday we are my sister that so we did a prayer for her yesterday, and we gathered. Sir, yesterday I shed tears because they brought food and I was about eating. Someone tapped me from the back. When I looked at the back, I saw kids, young kids of about 5 to 6. And what they just told me is that they just see just like a sign that as in they put hands into their mouth that Samaigo, I only eat 2 spoons, and I was about giving them the plates that okay, Eloje, as in all of them, they dip hand into the plate. Within just a second, what a jacob. I was crying that because subject was the okay, now we've been subjected, our generation, we've been subjected to pay poverty. The child that we are giving birth to, I will not more subjected. See, we are going to in this country. I cried yesterday. I cried because those people, those children I saw, they were just 5, 6 years old, and this country is gone. It's totally gone. It's totally gone. And Shege is just starting. Shebi now, those supporters, those supporters of Tinubu, I think they are collecting now. Today now, I saw a trending of one of these actresses, Lady Bakari, that she was accosted. She was stopped by all these touts that normally stay around the BRT corridors, probably from Ikorodu, something like that. So they were trying to extort her. They harassed her, and they believe that yes, it is getting there until Tibu going back to collect, we are going to our head.
Right? Not only that,
yes,
they stopped her for driving on the BRT lane, right? They took a car and a child inside the car.
Yes, I know. That is normal. It is around Owutu.
She came out of the car to argue with them. Then one of them entered the car and drove it away with the child inside.
That is how they normally do. Sir, from this Costain to all this National Theatre axis, they normally extort people. They will just collect their vehicle, they'll just enter their vehicle and drove the vehicle away. So it is not normal abnormality to what the normality in Nigeria. So everybody will collect.
You know what I mean? Like
everybody will collect.
Why would you see? MVP. To me, all of them are the most valuable people.
Jungle to take over asylum. Jungle to take over asylum in Nigeria. Everybody is now on their own. And we are going to okay, last. My happy birthday to Akinola, little Akinola. Nigeria. Don't let them come and feel the breeze of the evil breeze in Nigeria. So we've talked about Nigeria and killing or just killing. So good night, sir.
Okay, nice one, okay. Sorry about all of that. You won't believe it, all right? Yesterday or 2 days ago, so I got to know that one of my pals was in Nigeria. So the 2 of them, I haven't really spoken to them, but like I knew they were in Nigeria, and one of them just returned, and another one is going to be back soon. And for some reason, I just felt like I became surprised. Go ticket show to you live. This is Mayegun live. Muritala Mohammed in Lagos. I was like, no, that would be unfair. You know, it's just going to be like, Mayegun, now you they talk, say, she won't do one, she won't do. Mayegun, she won't do any. Once you finally get the boy, that kind of all that surprises and all that, right? Anyway, I shall keep up for now. But I won't lie to you, I had the thoughts, even though I probably will never do it. Okay? Nobody they look for me. I haven't done anything wrong that anybody will look for me, but I just don't want to find out. And apart from all these rules, right? There are many other factors that will ordinarily make me want to weigh my options. Weigh the options. Nigeria is no option. Okay. And to some of you who call on to Mayegun's diary political and be like, hey Mayegun, I would like to be anonymous. I get your drift. Me, I'll be somebody who don't fear anything, right? I've realized that, Papa, it is not about fear. It is not about bravery. It is just being self-aware. Okay? There's nobody to prove anything to. But you have people that you have to care about. I care about all of you here at the temple. And I do not want to make it stop, especially if I can keep the control of the whole thing without having to do anything stupid. But yeah, I actually had a thought about that because I've not done anything wrong. Nobody's gonna. The most they will do to me is just to say I am abusing them. You are insulting the president. Say yes, I did. You called him Koolu. Yes, I did. You also call him Jaga Bandit. Absolutely. Did you call him Jaga Addict too? Yes, I did. What about Jaga Baron or all of that stuff? Say yes, I did. I say I want really no wahala. Kind of. I'm just saying, that except for the fact that they are all selling fear, sometimes you need to face it. I'm getting closer to a time whereby, you won't have to worry about me. I would have a union. And when I say a union, I'm talking about a union of the Yorubas in their numbers, home and abroad. Then I will go back to Yoruba land, normal. I will go there almost like maybe 3-4 times in a year. You will see me. You will watch that. I'm just saying, okay? But it's not worth it. It's probably not worth it for now. It's not safe. And there's so many factors as well. But to those of you who are coding it and codedly going and back and all that, keep it that way if you can. It's for your own good. And I know a lot of you actually really do go back every now and then. Some of you on this platform would rather use all the tips, tidbits of everything you heard about what's going on in that place to plan your trip. So one way or the other, I have to be the person who possibly should walk his own talk too, so I don't walk into a trap of those who says, stock in trade is fear. I hate it when people try to use fear to control people. I don't like it. But there are those who enjoy it in that contraption, and that's why they don't like us. People like us make it like, no, don't fear them. Beat them. Say, hey, this is your man. You want to go take and collect a big slap? Say, nah, lie. Beat them, slap them. You have the number. So don't be like those that will say, if you can't beat them, you should join them. No, that's not the rule. On Mayegun's diary political, it is generally advised. Don't forget that too. Instead of joining them, don't join them because you can't beat them. Go and call on others. Many of us today, when we say if we have a chance, we won't beat them. We'll go beat them. We'll go to beat Bokwari, beat if no go. But somehow, individually we know fit. But instead of you joining them because you know fit, you can join us in small numbers, and when we make a big number, we can't have the whole strength together. I can't beat them silly. I like that. That's what we are cooking here. And thanks for being part of it. So thank you everyone for your time. I would say enjoy the rest of your evening. For those of you who are just approaching evening, and to those who are already late in the night, nearly 12, or past 12. Thank you so much, for staying up again, always, just to listen to my ego. Enjoy the rest of your night then, okay? And all of you should have a wonderful week too, including me. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun dayari political. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Òkúra olóṣèlú. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
ìmọ̀ àyíṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀ ìmọ̀ àyíṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.